Hello, everybody. So I've just been collecting comic books again for a little while now, and I wanted to show off just some stuff that I got, I guess. So we'll just show off some things here. I got about a long box full. I don't think I'll show you everything because it's not all that interesting. We'll start off here. Copy of 20,000 AD. Number 13. I'm not gonna lie, I bought that probably for $0.25, and I was like, oh look, it's a Judge Dredd book. It's not. Guy's name is Strontium Dog. Slightly different character. Here's another a Bartman comic that I got. Number 3. I think I have Bartman, now I have Bartman 1 and Bartman 3. So that's pretty cool. Astro City number 1. That's a nice little book to have. Can't ever really go wrong with that one. This was cool. This is the first Battle Pope book that I have by oh Jesus, Paul. I'm not even going to try to say who it is, but you guys, if you know him, you know him. Battle Pope Christmas Popetacular, which is, well, I mean, it's, I think Jesus with a blow-up doll. Pope's got some fuzzy slippers on. It's pretty cool. Here are some classic Betty and Veronica books that I have, that I got. Number 112. See if we can't fix that there. Yeah, perfect. 135. 138. I like collecting Archie comics. You know, they remind me of a simpler time. And also too, because the new Betty and Veronica series is out by Adam Hughes, who's my absolute favorite of all time. And here's number 1 of that series. Number 2, and I didn't get his cover for number 2, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Life's not perfect. Let's see, what else do I have here that I want to talk about. I got this Dark Horse Presents. And again, most of these books I pull out of like dollar bins or quarter bins. I'll state otherwise whether or not, just because paying full price for a comic book or paying a lot of money for a comic book is difficult. It's hard to pull the trigger on that. But this is a cool one. Dark Horse Presents 67. It's an homage to the classic Flash of Two Worlds cover, but here it is with the Predator. So that's pretty neat. Well, it's neat. This one, I don't know. I just love this cover. Darklon, the Mystic. I mean, isn't that cool? Look at that guy. Yeah, I don't know who that is, but it's pretty exciting. Anytime I can find cheap Fantagraphic books, I will get them. And this is an example of that. This is Death and Candy, number 3. Fantagraphic has just been one of my favorite publishers of all time. They just constantly churn out really good stuff. I found this cheap Dungeons and Dragons book, Dungeons and Dragons Tempest Gate number 1. I found it for $0.25. Thought it'd be a nice little issue to jump on with. So, yeah, no, I'm excited about that. Let's see here, what else? Oh, alright. Again, here's another Fantagraphics book, 8-Ball. This is by Daniel Clowes, who, if you've ever read the book Blankets, that's him. Alright. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I have never even heard of this, let alone seen it, ever. But this is called Jeffrey Dahmer versus Jesus Christ. It's just a phenomenal title for a book, first of all. And that's JC getting punched out there. So I'm not a condoner of violence against Jesus in particular. But boy, does that not make for a great comic book. Grendel #1 from the Comico series. So not the important one, but still. And #1 is nice to have. Oh yes, man. I found another copy of Hansi, the girl who loved the swastika. I mean, right? You're supposed to have more than one of those. Another issue of Hate by Peter Baggy. #30. Love his work. First time I've ever owned a copy of Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. You know, in case you didn't own one, I'd say go out and get one. Nice to have in the collect. Here's a Judge Dredd comic that I now do own. I bought this because of the Brian Boland cover. Judge Dredd #23. #23. Love and Rockets, #17. This is from the second series. I will buy any Jaime Hernandez that I find anytime I come across it. Mad Men Adventures #3. That's the original series of Mad Men. The Tundra series. So, you know, if you're a Michael Allred fan, definitely be tracking those down. Here's Maggie and Hopi. Color Fun. Again, Jaime Hernandez. Fantagraphics, Love and Rockets. It's all qualifiers. Oh boy. The Man Who Loved Breasts. Hey, look, it's Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse Adventures #1. I got that on a trip out to Colorado. I picked that up at Mile High Comics. First time I'd ever been there. It was cool. Planetary #3. If you can find Planetary books for cheap, they're nice to get. They're nice to have in a collection. I think, at least. They're nice for my collection. Alright. Predator #1. Always fun to find that book for cheap. It's hard. It's getting harder to find, I guess. Cheaply. Not that I'm out there looking. And then these were so cool to find because I've never seen these before. The Real Ghostbusters, #10 and #21. Yeah, like the cartoon, The Real Ghostbusters, but a comic book. Some Robotech, also seen on TV. I've become a fan of Robotech. I liked the show. I watched it on Netflix. It's alright. It's not bad. There's worse shit out there. Alright. Let's take a look here. Rock and Roll Comics #2 with Metallica. This is the second printing. It's sponsored by Napster. That comic is. I've been finding a lot of these lately. These little Radio Shack giveaway comics. This one is the science fair story of electronics, the discovery that changed the world. Scud, Tales from the Vending Machine, #4. I bought this for the Jim Mahfood cover. He's always so cool to find. I love finding his stuff. Speaking of stuff that I love to find, anytime I can find a Robert Crumb, it's a good day. This is Self-Loathing Comics. Just a one-off from Fantagraphics. Crumb is the king. First time I've owned any of these comics. She, #7 from the Crusade line, and #8. So that's cool. Slowly building a little Simpsons comic collection. It's #13 on the Simpsons. It's got my boy Milhouse on there. Another one of these Ghostbusters comics that I found was Slimer. Slimer had his own run there. #14. Tank Girl. 2 girls, 1 tank. Love that Shaky Kane cover. And I just love the character of Tank Girl, so anytime you can find one, it's fun. Alright, another Ninja Turtle comic here. The Archie run, #18 of Ninja Turtles. This one, well, I'll let you decide what you think of this. Unicorn Isle. I don't know, is it just me? Or is that just... That's awesome, right? I mean, it's unicorns, but it is cool though, right? I don't know. Picked up some Exo Man of Wars. If you can get these for, cheap, get them. #16, #40. Zombie Tramp, #28. Again, cheap comic, not nothing special. This right here is cool. This is an X-Men comic that came in a Pizza Hut kids meal from a long time ago. It actually came with a VHS, and I had the VHS, and I was moving some stuff around, and that fell out of it. And I was like, oh my god. So I put it in a little bagging board. I think that's #2 though. There's another one that I'm probably gonna have to now look for. Here, this is actually came with the movie American Splendor, which is the story of Harvey Pekar, and this is a comic that came with the DVD. So. This, I'm not sure. It looks like Jungle Girl. I'm not sure. I found it for $1. It's a Frank Cho cover, so I bought it. But that's that. All right. Now, I guess we can start looking at what else we got here. Oh, okay. Well, I got some large size comics here. This is Blight, #1. I don't know, kind of a cool book. It's a little strange, a little odd, but again, Fantagraphics for $1, I will buy it. Alright, another magazine size we got here is Marvel Movie Premiere, The Land That Time Forgot. I'm not 100% sure about this. I don't know. I would assume it's a movie. It says it's a movie. It has a dinosaur on the cover, and it was $1. So I did buy it. Again, dinosaur on the cover, $1. Particle Dreams, #1. Recommended for mature readers. That's me. Super mature. Savage Sword of Conan, $170. Again, if you can find those on the cheap, you have to buy them. I'm not telling you what to do with your life. However, I am telling you what to do with your life. And what you should do is buy those comics. Alright. Let's see here. Anything I want to show off? Well, you know, I got some new DC stuff, but it's nothing. Not interesting. No, it's interesting. But I did get this Darwin Cook solo. The solo series was cool. They took a lot of like the best comic book artists of the time and the cool ones and gave them a character and just did a whole story about that one character, one-off story. Here's a Honda, like Honda the car, American Honda, presents DC Comics Supergirl. In cooperation with the U.S. Department of Transportation's National Safety Belt campaign. So, as you can see here, this werewolf driving truck is not wearing a safety belt. This is cool. I got this for $2. Superman 239. It's a giant size. I think it's like a reprint of a lot of older stuff of his. But either way, nice to get for cheap. Here's another Radio Shack giveaway. Superman and Wonder Woman, the computer masters of Metropolis. Alright. Tank Girl Apocalypse. Yeah. I love Tank Girl. Here's a Wonder Woman 190. Bought it for the Adam Hughes cover. Also bought it because Wonder Woman is awesome. She really is. Alright. Oh boy. I guess we gotta run through this one pretty quickly here. I've added some Spider-Mans to the collection. 105. 153, the deadliest 100 yards. A football field becomes a raging battleground as Spidey fights to save an innocent child. What was she doing on a football field? Read the comic. 208. 216. 219. 228, Murder by Spider. 240. 529, second printing. 630 and 633. Now I'm over 400 comics into the Spider-Man run, which, as I say that out loud, I realize I should not have. But it's one of my long-term goals to collect all the Spider-Man comics, so whatever. Bill and Ted's Excellent Comic Book. How do you not... That's George Carlin. And, some more cheapos that I got of some older books. I got this Daredevil, number 56, for $2. It's in really nice condition, too. Here's a Daredevil 99 with the Black Widow and Hawkeye. Alright, and Daredevil 127. Beep bop bop. Oh yeah. Alright. I've got stab that. Iron Man 81 on the cheap. Man-Thing, number 9. Death Watch. Death Watch. Man-Thing, 13. Alright. What else do we have here? Oh yeah. I finally found a cheap version of this Kevin Smith Spider-Man story. Kevin Smith and the Black Cat. We'll try Spider-Man and the Black Cat. I've always loved Kevin Smith's writing. He did a Green Hornet series that was really good. Also, his Daredevil work was awesome. But here he is writing my favorite person, Spider-Man. Thor number 500. Sexy Thor. Here's the thing. If you don't think Thor is sexy, you're wrong. It's not a matter of what you think. You're just wrong. Get into some image here. I bought Spawn number 9 because, well, you know, it's the first appearance of that lady. I found this for $25. Wayward number 1. Now apparently they're making this into a television show. So I don't know if you're into that sort of thing. Go get it. That was loud. Okay. Now my favorite things in the whole world. Tick! This is Man-Eating Cow, number 9. So, they cranked out like a lot of different Tick books back in the day. Here's another series, Paul the Samurai, character from the original series. This is the Chroma Tick. It's in color. Special edition. Numero 2. This is the Tick Big Blue Destiny, the Ash Can edition. Watch out. Collector. Now, I took a trip out to Portland on that same trip that I went to. Oh wait, I have some more Tick comics here. I'll get to this. But in Portland, I came across this store that had just the best collection of like really cheap underground comics. Now there's boobies on some of these, so I'm sorry. But these were all like for, I don't know, maybe $5 each. Roxy Funnies, number 1. Bijou Funnies, number 5. It's a Skip Williamson cover. And art. This is an S. Clay Wilson book. It's just called 2. But I love S. Clay. And Real Pulp Comics, number 1. It was the coolest store ever. I loved just being in there and just touching everything. This was cool. Scarface. It's from The Crusaders. And I think it was supposed to be like almost a Christian comic. But it was... made me laugh. Alright, found another Mystic Funnies, number 3 by Robert Crumb. Always good to find him. I found a fabulous Furry Freak Brothers, number 5. Which is like a second printing or something like that, but still, always love to find those. some more Tick comics. I got Tick number 8. Tick number 9. I'm really coming along on the full collection of that. And then from the original run of Paul the Samurai, Paul the Samurai 2 and 3. On this cool book, this is a newer book, as in it just came out, by Eric Kostick Williams, called Baby Bell Wax Bodysuit. If you're a fan of the cheese, then you know what's up. Alright, now, some books that are new series that I'm reading. So, they came out with a new Love and Rockets. So I decided to start reading that. There's issue number 1 by Gilbert and Jamie. Issue number 2. So that's awesome. There's a new Tank Girl out called World War Tank Girl. So I got the Shaky Kane cover for number 1. And the Tulalote cover for number 2. Matt Kindt has a new series out called Grass Kings. I haven't cracked this open yet, but excited to read it. I love Matt Kindt ever since Mind Management. It's issue 2, 3, and 4. Jason Latour has a new Southern crime romance book out called Loose Ends. I guess it's not just out, I mean it's been out. But Chris Brenner does the art on it. A little 4-issue miniseries. Excited to read that one. I just love those covers. That art is beautiful. Jim Mahfood has a new Girl Scouts out called Magic Socks. So that's super cool. And then I couldn't find issue number 1, but Jeff Lemire has a new book out called Royal City. But I found issues 2 and 3, and I just love Jeff Lemire. If you've never read Trillium, why? Okay, that's it. There was a lot, but there it is. If you watched this, thanks for watching. If no one's watched this, thanks for making the video, Steve. Oh, you're welcome. Bye.